Hello, hello, hello. Hello, offering. Make sure I'm not muted. Nope, not muted. Let's fucking go. Oh, shit. Whoop. Alright. I need a cordless mouse. So how's everybody in chat doing? Hopefully we are living the dream, whatever that might be. Oh, bunch of drifters over there. You're doing well, that's good to hear. Alright, so our goals this stream are a couple-fold. I'm alright. I'm just old and tired. I should collect honey. Actually, let's go ahead and start with that. Oh, some kind of weird fucking dog here. Don't throw a rock at me point blank. Alright. Let's go ahead and collect the honey real fast. Yoink. I do believe my peanut skins are currently in the cellar, which is not where those go. Puppy dog, what are you doing? So anyway, in this stream, we're going to be making some Meteoric iron kitchen tools and a couple muffins. One can never have enough muffins. Boom. Alright. 10 more honey. Let's go ahead and put these back. We should probably drain the honey into a bucket or barrel, just for storage reasons. I do not have a lot of space anywhere. Right, boom. Real quick, let's go and check my pumpkins. Oh, I can only assume that they're still not grown. Yep, still not grown. Going to my cellar anyway, let's go ahead and pick up my cabbages. So the first thing I'm doing, I mean, I'm doing a lot of little things right now, but the first real thing I'm doing is we're going to be making some candy blueberries. For muffins. Got all this cabbage I'm going to have to do something with. Alright, sweet, they are all ready. Including this hidden one. Okay, that is all of them. I'm not growing that much food. Hopefully more people show up. Oh great, it's one of those fuckers. Now, I've been going live around the same time lately, but it's way later than I used to go live. So I gotta fix that. Oop. I'm getting stuck on a door. Cabbages. Fresh for... what does that say? 62 days? So I'm not in a rush to do something with my cabbages. 67 days, 63 days, 29 days. Wherever they are, I do believe that the majority of my mushrooms actually rotted, which is not surprising. Alright, how much inventory space do I have? Plenty. Do I have my buckets? I do. It's just clay. Alright, let's go and get this honey drained. Hello, JJ. Thank you for checking in. How are you doing, JJ? Hopefully you are living the dream. Whoop. Pick this stuff up. Pocket! Hello! How are you doing, Pocket? I'm just kind of getting some chores out of the way while we wait for more people to show up. Although, Vintage Story is really just all chores. All chores, all the time. Boo. I don't think web fishing is that expensive. That being said, if I'm going to get a bunch of people to play web fishing with me, I'm probably going to have to plan it ahead more than 8 hours, apparently. But you know what, that's fair. 1 second. Alright. Make sure I'm not muted. Nope, not muted. Also, those of you who are watch on YouTube because it lately hasn't had ads. It's got ads again, my apologies. Only reason it stopped having ads is because it took me too long to verify my identity. And then I finally got around to doing that. It is odd how Twitch just does not seem to care. Boom, that's a lot of honey. Right, smack that down. Actually, no, I do want that on my person. I don't know how I put it down. Got 2 iron hammers. Probably put those down. I'm not currently doing anything with them, although I will be doing something with them shortly. So yeah, you cannot make meteoric iron muffins, so that's not what we're going to do. But we will be making meteoric iron and muffins. Which one of these crates has them? Rot, beeswax, here we go. Ow. Give me a second, Shiver, I need to get my shovel back out. Alright, there we go. Come on. And it's dead. Poor creature. But to do... Let's go and get 1 bloomery going. Mostly because I just barely cannot make a second. And if I break those, I'll be able to make a second. Hopefully even a third. Alright, smack you down. Smack you up here. That's not what I was trying to do. Pick that back up. A bit wild, you can throw meteoric iron pieces. Give me that. Nope. I guess 12 is as many as I can make. Charcoal. Perfect. Yoink. Get this going. Let's make some candied blueberries. I could also use gelatin in the muffins themselves. Ow. Can we stop attacking me while I'm trying to be productive? Honestly, the monsters in this game don't even add anything but an annoyance. I mean, this monster is added by a mod, so I am the only person to blame for this guy being here. But I would actually rather a harder wilderness survival, but no monsters. I guess if you're going to be doing the story dungeons, they kind of have to have monsters. But I don't even think that's necessarily true. The dungeons can be creepy and fun to explore without having monsters in them. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate the challenge, so I will not question the existence of the challenge. But yeah, considering it's like the middle of January, I think the only time I'm not going to get any berries is peak summer. Since then it'll probably be too hot for them. But I don't think it's ever too cold in this area for berries. Alright, there we go. It's more than I need. Do. Get this out of here. Useless to me. Smack you down. Do need a bucket. Let's get this shit going. Blueberry syrup. There we go. I need to make more of this shit. Probably going to need more than one. Let's light it the fuck up. I do like how I'm back to being monetized and I'm like, let's just swear a bunch for no reason. Perfect. Let's see here. Fresh for 2 days. Fresh for 7 days. We'll keep them in there. It's not like they're going to be in there for the full 7 days. Go ahead and snack while we wait. So how's everybody in chat doing? Oh, I guess everybody in chat has already answered. Boom. Puppy dog. Alright. I should probably get... Hello, Vicar. Look at them go. I'm going to need these eggs, actually, for what I'm doing. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Plenty of eggs. Fresh for 5 days. Fresh for 5 days. Whoops. Curious that they will not stack. But that sounds like a later problem. Let's go ahead and feed my chickens. How about you, Vicar? You're the only person who hasn't answered yet. How are you doing? But yeah, it's weird, because it says right there, decent animal feed. Probably because of a bug. I mean, definitely because of a bug. And a likely one that's already been fixed. It's actually not suitable fodder at all. Not even my chickens will eat it. But it's pretty explicitly just for my chickens. Whoop. There you guys go. Alright. I need to keep these guys fed as well, since I plan on butchering 2 of them. Eventually. I'm going to need some hooks, a butchering table. Well, we can even collect their blood. And use it in our baked goods. You know, normal stuff to do. And blood IRL can actually be used as a egg substitute. And that's not what we're using it for, but it can be. Nope, no blood rituals. You can drink the blood, though. And how do I make rot-soaked peat? Rot-soaked peat. Really, the most expensive thing there is the flax. I am going to want to make more of that, though. Dry grass. Maybe make like an iron scythe. Ooh, a meteoric iron scythe. That could be something we make. At this point, the meteoric iron is like a just because kind of thing. I also still need to make more peanut butter, but there is more meteoric iron scythe, meteoric iron on the other side of the translocator. Throw that in there. Should bring it up to temp. I guess while we wait, we can make peanut butter, actually. Ah, fuck, I never actually made more salt. Let's go ahead and fix that. So much to do. So much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? There you go. I wish that I could use the firewood, or the debarked oak logs that I've still got sitting around. They are decent for burning stuff, but I cannot use them in the oven, is the issue. Nice, you're on a 45 stream streak. Hello, Diesel. You've come at a perfect time. We're just making a bunch of food. You know, that thing I'm always doing. I need to be on a server so I can get more people up in here helping me make some stuff. Alright. Ah, just for storage reasons. Let's go ahead and seal the bottle. Ba-ba-ba-bo. And sometimes my Twitch chat moves, but nothing's actually moving. I wonder what that's about. Alright. Some blackcurrant syrup. Smack that in there. Oh, my candied blueberries are probably done. Fuck yeah, they are. Let's see here. So these are fresh for 30 days. If I put them in here, they're fresh for 106 days. Which is probably enough time for what we're doing here. Nope. I cannot have that. Actually, I need more blueberry syrup. There we go. 0.8. Smack that in there. And we are officially out of blueberry syrup. I can and will make more. But it's wild how quickly you run out of stuff. Alright. Nope, my salt. I guess it's in the process of being turned into salt. It could be Twitch clearing old messages. It's also possible, hello Itmost, that what I'm seeing is stuff going on in the chat log behind where I've got Twitch chat. Because, like, the chat log there sometimes just kind of moves around. And where the in-game chat log is right where I've got Twitch chat. Twitch chat is right here, YouTube chat is right here, and then my Twitch activity feed is over here. To give you an idea of what my setup is like. Which is to say, not very good. My sister has interest in making VTuber models, but apparently she has not made her own. She bought it. Which I guess makes sense. But my sister not only has a VTuber model, but has a much nicer looking Twitch channel. It's like she actually went through the effort of setting it up. I should really get around to setting mine up. I do think it would also be really cool to get a bot going and keep track of things. Yeah, stuff like check-ins. Like right here, it says check-in, Vicar, Tenemekya. Yep, that's how that's pronounced. 7 minutes ago. Which I did not see at the time. Thank you for checking in, Vicar. Unless I did thank you. I can't remember. I'm tired. When am I not tired? What? Your bottle was blocking chat. That's a weird thing for a bottle to be doing. Is your bottle in an odd place, or is chat in an odd place? Are you dry? Nope. I don't know why it turns into a log, but it turning into a log when it's dry is pretty helpful for seeing when it finishes. Like, why does it do that? Like, yep, sweet, my log is done. Yeah, if somebody follows, or if somebody new subscribes, it will also show up in Twitch. It's you. I've actually got a lot of my views come from television. And I'm like, who the fuck is watching YouTube on TV? And the answer is apparently Pocket. Pocket's doing it. My salt. Should I use gelatin? I don't have that much gelatin. Although I am trying to limit myself to only 2 pieces of fruit per muffin. I don't have the update yet that nerfs the hell out of fruit bread and muffins. But fruit bread and muffins have already been nerfed. And so I feel like, in fairness, I should try to get used to the post-nerf. Oh yeah, eggs. That's why I came out here. Do-do-do-do-do. Hello, any eggs yet? Yes. Darn it, me. I meant to bring more food for them. Sorry, buddies. They still have a tiny bit of food. I'll grab more eggs and food in the morning. Oh yeah, so it's not particularly useful to me, although my model is small enough to use them. There is a mod called Kobold Comforts, which at least at the moment, all it does is adds 1 block tall doors. But from the sounds of it, the mod wants to add, like, more short furniture. So if you have a shorter model like I do, or I guess realistically a much shorter model, being used as a screen. I suppose that's also fair. I've got a second monitor, in air quotes, that's like a 41-inch television. It's not 41 inches. If you measure it diagonally, it is more than like 3 feet. Maybe it's like a 30-inch television. I don't know. Anyway, it's my quote-unquote second monitor. I use it for when I'm doing console games, whether I'm streaming or recording them. I don't know who Chris Boddins is. I do have a YouTube short that will be going live sometime tonight. When tonight? I don't know. Logically, I would be the one to know, but no. I guess I could double check. I've just got it queued up. Alright. Throw my salt in there. I'm also going to want some bottles. Yoink. That's where it went. Put those away. I don't think I need that many. Definitely don't need that many stoppers, but it is what it is. Whoops. Want everything to be relatively visible. If I cannot see it, I forget it exists. I have not mastered object permanence. Do-do-do. Look how good this peanut butter is, though. It's not going to be as good in small amounts, but making the peanut butter is quite a bit better. Quite a bit better than just using the syrup. As it should be, considering all the extra steps. There we go. I don't think this is going to end up with an even amount of peanut butter. And thankfully my peanut paste is going to be good. No, this should be an even 3 liters. Yep, there we go. Boom. And I didn't even use all of my salt, which is good. Smack those in there. Smack these in here. Boom. How much candied fruit do I have? I'm not about to do the math. It's 80 something. Oh yeah. What's rift activity like? Calm? Fuck yeah, that means I can feed my chickens without being harassed. I will be growing more flax, but I really should put in the extra effort to turn this into breadcrumbs. My children! I do think it would be funny if there was a mod that adds a volley as like livestock. I'm just in a volley and it's like, oh, and this is the chicken coop. People just look on in abject horror. It's like, relax, I don't eat the other volley. I eat the eggs like some kind of weirdo. Oh yeah, these will stack. What is this, paper? Yes, spore paper. Fresh for 46.2 years. 900 fruit satiety, 25 HP, and 450 vegetable. And then 2,500 protein. Like, that is for the entire liter. That's literally the plot of Beastars. Are there reptiles and birds in Beastars? I've only seen Legoshi and the rabbit. I do not know the name of the rabbit, and I would not know Legoshi's name if it was not for all of the weird Lego memes. It will take a while, but those should still dry. 1 second. Neat. But nah. I've got these chickens here, and there's a good chance that the roosters will kill each other. And just, you know, to waste not, want not, I will probably end up butchering and cooking the rooster killed by other roosters. But yeah, I really just eat the eggs. If I did have a giant spider mount, and I had to feed it chickens, I would be willing to do that. For the sake of having a giant spider. But there currently is not a giant spider mount. And Feverstone Wilds had it in their roadmap, but they seem to have removed it from the roadmap. So hopefully that is still something that they planned, and the only reason it was removed is that it's going to take longer than they thought. Not that they're not going to do it at all. The giant spiders aren't going to be something that spawn naturally. You have to use like a growth potion on the small spiders that do spawn naturally. So it's not like they need an arachnophobia mode. Although, realistically, if you have arachnophobia, you're probably not installing the mod that adds small spiders. Grab some eggs. Go ahead and put down a bucket. Ooh, chocobo would be cool. I'm just a bird who has, like, bird livestock and a bird mount. Alright, 1.1 liters of chicken egg. Grab my salt, although I do believe I can use it. Let's go ahead and grab 11 flour. Well, 11 rice grain to make into 11 flour. I've got food oil. Should I make lard? I don't have that much animal fat. But lard would be better than using food oil. Just for extra protein. Yes. Haven't you heard about the word? Everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. Birdie's the word. Can I use salt in muffins? Surely I can. I walk these empty streets down the boulevard of broken dreams. Fish eggs. Oh, apparently I can salt hides. Why? Salted hides can still be treated with fat or lime water, just like raw hides, but they remain freshness much longer. Alright, so it's just a preservation thing. If I stay on top of my salt creation, salting the hides while waiting to have enough of them to make leather is not a bad idea. What is in here? It's too many liters. Walk these empty streets down the boulevard of broken memes. Are you yeast? No, that's pre-gelatin. Are you yeast? No, that's rice bran oil. Should have used that one first. Could you imagine walking up to a stranger? It's like, hey, are you yeast? Yoink. Splash that in there. And put this down. This is why I can't have nice things, by the way. My organization is shit. Alright, Alright, what am I missing? Something to use as water. I probably should not use milk. That is if I even have any left. I do. 106 days. I'm like, I shouldn't do this. Technically, I cheated to get this milk. I mean, I didn't spawn it in or nothing. I got the milk by squeezing some, whatchamacallem, soybeans. Fun fact, grandmother hates that song. Well, that's not the worst song ever. I can't think of any songs that, like, I absolutely hate. One comes to mind. It's like this weird... It's like a techno country song. Like, I listen to techno, but techno country just does not work. Like, it sounds AI generated, although I do believe it is older than the AI craze, so I doubt that it is. Oh, I'm starving. Suck it up, me. Alright, what are you? 0.1 liters of liquid egg. Let's go and grab that. Somewhere around here's my thing. Let's go ahead and pick this back up. I will make more of this. I'm just trying to get this done so that I can focus on other things. Can I put flour on the ground? Yes, good. I plan on using that for cooking. Do not confuse the flour and the quick lime. That sounds like a bad time. Right, let's go knead these up. Nom nom. Delicious. Okay. Ah, damn it, I'm gonna have to cut up 3 pumpkins, I believe. How long are you fresh for? 3 days? Let's go ahead and... just use the normal knife for this. Okay. We'll be able to put this somewhere. There we go. Toby Keith. I'm not entirely sure who that is. There's a chance I do. I just don't recognize the name. Like, I know who Cat Stevens is. Alright, 12. I only needed 10 of these. No, wait, yeah, that does add up. I'm not being stupid, everyone else. I'm joking. Running out of space to put stuff on the floor. Here we go, next to this other granite knife I totally could have used. Right, there we go, 10 of those. Where is my gelatin, actually? I know the idea is not to abuse this, but I'm gonna do it. Boom, should be able to put it in there anyway. 6. Yep, there we go. Can I put salt in here? No, I cannot. I've tried it in the past. You put salt in sweet muffins all the time. Like, salt is used in baking. Even sweets. And boom, look at these muffins. It is weird that the soft dough, there's clearly 3 of them there, but then I turn them into muffins, and then it reduces to 2. But you also eat them both in one bite, so it might as well. Nope. Why am I suddenly not able to make this? Interesting. So check it out, if I have it in this order, it does not work, but if I have it in this order, it does. Why? Well, I'm not going to bother me none. It doesn't make any sense, but why? Also, for those of you following along at home, if you've updated expanded foods, you cannot put more than 2 things in a muffin. I would like to think somebody is at home, like, trying to make all the stuff I'm making. Imitation is the purest form of flattery, or whatever the expression is. Unfortunately, all of this cooking that I'm doing is added by a mod. Vintage Story is a ton of fun. Even without mods, it just so happens that my favorite thing to do, which is preparing food and farming, is not that complicated in vanilla Vintage Story. But if I could, like, convince even 5 people to get the game, and then, like, 3 of those people to download expanded foods, I would have succeeded. I used to like raisins, and then ate like 5 pounds of them over the course of a weekend. I stopped liking raisins. There is caramel added by long-term foods. Chocolate is added by Wildcraft fruit and nuts. Unfortunately, they're not compatible. Can you use cheese in a muffin? Yeah, I know you can make cheese pie. Nope. Looks like you can make cheese dumplings, but no cheese muffins. It'd be cool if you could put cottage cheese in a muffin, though. I've definitely seen cottage cheese in muffins. I like how can you hear puppy dog up there? What? A baby. You can live with dumplings. It'll be a while until I can make cheese. I'm going to have to actually feed my cows. I've brought up needing to do it twice now, and I still haven't. Unfortunately, the vegetable I've got the most of are onions, and I do not think that cows will eat those. I mean, cows in real life will eat anything, but I don't think that the cows in the game will eat onions. But also, I plan on eating all those onions. Just make a bunch of onion stew or something. I don't have cheese yet, but I could simulate making French onion soup by just making an onion soup with cheese and breadcrumbs. I fucking love French onion soup. I could probably eat onions for every meal for the rest of my life, which would likely be short on account of all the sodium. Well, I guess that onions by themselves tend not to be that bad. Although I can't think of a single delicious onion dish that does not also involve a lot of salt. Yeah, let's Google it. Are onions salty? Nope, no, onions are not salty. I don't know what I thought I would get from that Google search. It's also not even particularly what I was looking for. I fucking love onions. Ever heard of Scandinavian cooking? I never said that I don't like salt. I'm just saying that it would be too easy to get too much of it, especially if all I was eating was French onion soup. If I do end up in Finland, it's going to be an issue with me not liking licorice. Apparently, if you do not like salmiakki, they look at you weird. Alright, 10 muffins. Find out what I did with my peanut butter. Grab a jar of this. Boom. Right. Smack my muffins in here. Already gotta move this real quick. There we go. Where'd my cork end up? Perfect. We'll make a syrup-covered muffin. It's not syrup, that's peanut butter. SMH my head. How's it though? Let's see here. 290 fruit satiety. 285 vegetable. 730 protein. 190 grain. And 15 dairy. And that's on top of the 210 grain satiety you get by default. From start to finish, these muffins are a ton of work. Especially if you consider that I had to make the rice bran oil and the Mmm. Laco pipu. Pipu. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Lo siento, pero solamente hablo poquito español. Thank you, Kevinan, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Currently just making muffins, but I will be making meteoric iron tools. Licorice pipes. I don't know. I used to like the smell of licorice, but I've never liked the taste. And then for some reason, as I grew old, I stopped liking the smell as well. Oh yeah, those are some good muffins. Unfortunately, if you update expanded foods, you cannot make these muffins. In storage, they are fresh for 84 days. What are flax seeds in here? My meteoric iron is probably done. Rift activity is still calm, which means I should feed my chickens. Meteoric iron is in fact done. Should also stop running outside without a torch of some kind. Hello, my children. Oh, I actually don't need that much food yet. No egg. Single egg. Well, I mean, they're trying. Thank you. Like Old English text. Old English is a lot messier of a language than a lot of people think it would be. I guess it depends on how old. Peanut skins. Cannot use that for pretty much anything. Let's go ahead and grab some carrots. I've got to feed my cows. What does it say? 1.2 years? I got to do something with that, just not immediately. Carrots, let's go. Boom. Put you away. You as well. Alright, let's go. What's interesting is that I've actually been going by Storyteller WMD since I was like, what, 8 years old or so? Well, way too young to have unsupervised internet access. But around that same time, I was actually writing poetry. I've never had the attention span for short stories. I would like to write short stories, but I was born without an attention span, which makes it a tiny bit difficult. I suppose there is a chance if I could find an ADHD medication that works, I could have something resembling an attention span. But I only ever tried one medication. Don't remember what it was. I just remember that it did not work. Throw my flax in there. Come on, vamonos. Hopefully my meteoric iron is not hot. Let's see here. It is very hot. That's fine, I just can't scroll over it unless I'm holding tongs. Not hot enough to work, but it shouldn't take too long to heat up. I just hope that my tongs are in here. Honestly, storyteller just sounds like a better word than poet. If I was my tongs, where would I be hiding? I could also just do this. Oh, I guess I can hold the meteoric iron. Okay, that's all it took to cool it. It would be nice if YouTube would just display your name as Diesel. Like, I know to call you Diesel, but I'm also really stupid. So it would probably be helpful if it just let people use, like, display names of what they actually want to go by. It used to. Oh. Can you leave me alone or something? Alright, where to go? Come on. Get down here or I can actually kill you. Come on. You're just wasting everybody's time. There we go. If I was my tongs, where would I be hiding? No, really, where'd they go? Logically, I should have kept them inside, but if I did do that, I can't see them. I'm not entirely sure where the lack of... Oh, there's my tongs. I'm not entirely sure where the lack of display names came from. Until recently, it did use display names. Right, it's going to put you there. Ingot. You can be a lot more efficient than I am. Boom. If you're really fast, and I'm not, you can actually use one piece of coal to heat up 4 ingots. I mean, I suppose you could use one piece of coal to heat up 4 ingots. Even if you're slow, you're just going to have to probably reheat them. But yeah, I'm going to need 2 ingots to make a rolling pin, I believe. This first one is going towards making a knife. Second one can be a rolling pin. I guess the second 2. And then a cleaver and a scythe are like the main things that I want to make out of meteoric iron. I should probably have one of these on me. Come on. Also, if you would like to know why I'm so short, it's because I'm a weird bird creature. And they are called a volley. Come on. Heat faster. No piasti quitos. Boom. I primarily just go by Satu. But my preferred... Oh, where's my anvil? There it is. Knife, knife, knife. Knife blade. I've learned a lot about myself since I was young, but I don't think I've actually changed that much. Like, obviously I've grown. But even when I was, like, really young, I want to say I was still in a primary school, or grade school, whatever you want to call it. Elementary. Is 11 middle school? Around 11 years old, well, it became apparent to me that I had never formed a crush. I don't have water. I do have water. Boom, our first real kitchen tool made. Oh shit, I've got pumpkin on me. Let's go put that away so that it doesn't go bad. Which would make my knife. Boom! Check it out. Tool tier 0. Attack tier 0. I don't know. 3.8 health per attack is pretty high. But that 1500 durability is what we're looking at here. I'm finally making some real tools. Not that I have anywhere to keep them. My house is a bit of a shit show. My walls are thin. Like, if you look, all of these walls are only half a block wide. Which means that I wouldn't be able to put tool racks along these walls. Now, there are mods that let you repair stuff. And there is also a way to repair tools and stuff after you've done, like, chapter 2 of the game, or whatever it's called. Have I found a treasure hunter trader? Surely I have, I just probably haven't marked them. If we can find a treasure hunter trader, we should probably go find out where the resonant archives are. Who knows, might actually explore those this time. The last 3 times I said, it's like, hey, I know where the resonant archives are, let's go explore them. I didn't. But eventually it's going to be different. The dungeon I am dreading having to do on camera is the Devastation. The Devastation is parkour based, and my ass is bad at parkour. Boom. How many days until I've got berries. Roughly 5 days. And some of them are already ripe. Gonna have to collect the rest of my blueberries. Make syrup out of that. Gonna have to stop getting distracted. Oh, wrong anvil. I should just move that over. Not a cleaver. Not a wrench. Not that. A rolling pin. That's a rod. Here we go, rolling pin. Something sidewalk. Shitty sidewalk. Let's go ahead and make some copper tools. Or not copper tools. Iron tools. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to get that out of there, actually. Do. Ah, that kind of has to stay there. I cannot realistically get... Can I? It's been a while since I've made a rolling pin. Hello, a wee where. Won't have enough voxels anyway. Ideally. Boom. Yep, couldn't grab the other ingot. Do. I hate that I've got a Christmas song stuck in my head. Could you just orient the ingot the way I want you to, please? SMH my head. I don't have enough what? I'm confused. What's going on here? Oh, where are you talking to yourself? Huh. There we go. Wish I knew what my brain was doing. That's a lot of wasted voxels. If I had that mod that lets you save the voxels that you don't actually use, it would be a lot more efficient. Twitch is usually better about chat delay. I don't know if your internet is bad. You might want to refresh. I guess I can tool, meteoric, iron, what? Rolling pin. There we go. It's a lot longer once it's physically made. Boom. Rolling pin get. It does 3 points of damage. Why does it have attack tier 4 if it does less damage than my knife? Tool sharpening and water wheels in the next update. I've got a mod that adds water wheels. I just haven't made one yet. How can I not put my, Apparently I can't put my rolling pin on the ground. Sure, putting a rolling pin on the ground sounds kind of gross if you plan on using it for cooking. And I do. But I've also got flour out there on the ground. And guess what? Plan on using that for cooking as well. Alright, for the meantime, let's go and put it here. Why can't I store my rolling pin anywhere? It's probably a bug. It's gotta be. Oh well, I guess it's going in a chest. There we go. Let's go and eat some food. Grab myself more meteoric iron. Going to make a scythe. And then a cleaver. Stop. There we go. Alright. Didn't lag since joining the stream. Huh. It is not impossible that I'm just being really stupid. But I do feel lost. Was the rolling pin already a full tool? It was. I wouldn't be able to view how much damage it does if it was still like a work item. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. It's probably a bug. Technically everything about 1.21.5 is at least a tiny bit unstable. And I've purposely avoided a couple of updates, since Expanded Foods is getting nerfed. I trust that the nerfs are going to be reasonable, but I just don't like the idea of the nerfs. Let it be OP. Are y'all eating? No, they are not eating. Bighorn sheep. Huh, my cows will not eat carrots. I'm pretty sure I've made this discovery before, but that's kind of annoying. What am I supposed to feed you, dorks? They will eat breadcrumbs. Maybe they will eat onions. But I will also eat onions. So feeding it to my cows, especially if they're going to be ungrateful about it, doesn't sound ideal. Right? I haven't even butchered a single one of them yet. Trying to work on building a house so that when I expand my cellar, I've got a good idea where everything's actually going to go. I've got a mod called Butchering, which adds actual butchering. It also allows you to collect animal blood for use in cooking. I'm going to make muffins out of blood. Volley are obligate carnivores, so my behavior isn't unhinged. It's realistic. That being said, I do have a bunch of fish I need to do stuff with. It's a smoked fish, so it's not going to go bad. But a volley should be eating meat, such as fish. Boom! Meteoric iron cleaver. Throw that in there. Give me a second. What, fish? Chocolate fish? That's cool. That does even less damage. You don't use a lot of cleaver. Like, you don't use the cleaver a lot, but that's pretty low durability. At least that one I can put on the ground. In the sidewalk. Shitty sidewalk. I am losing my mind. Palionco kilo on. Damn, it's only almost 6. Pretty much accomplished everything I was setting out to do. Come on, forge. I should set up wind power. What I need to do is start growing pine trees. I do not like how pine trees look. But I can put a spile in them and then use a bucket to collect sap. And you need resin for making wind power. It also takes a really long time, so that's the kind of thing I should have done much earlier in the year. Oh dang it, so I did the 3rd of February. That's something I should have done last year. Amazing how you lose track of time when where you're living does not actually see winter. Come on. Please. What? Smack that there. Not a Folks, although a proper weapon would be nice. Chisel door tool. I'm going to ignore that. We're making a scythe. Can you hear my dog out there clicking? The smarter thing to do would be to have brought those over and then out. Yeah, if I can. But nobody ever accused me of being smart. Let me finish this thing and then I'll pull up an art piece I commissioned of my volley. Perfect. I don't know, I don't just rotate it. I could make things easier on myself, or I could continue to be a nerd. Yeah. Surely you've seen it before. This art of Maya Volley. Boom. There we go. I'm going to leave that up while I go plunge this in water. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm broke as hell, so I do not have a lot of art of Maya Volley. But also, I'm hesitant to commission artists I do not know. The last thing I want to do is pay some sort of scam bot. Or hell, even if it's a real person, I don't want to pay somebody to generate AI art and then charge me like $120 for it. So I only commission folks I actually know as a person. Boom. It's beautiful. Couldn't get a screenshot of that. Ignore the Windows sounds. Perfect. Yes, Maya Volley, their lore primarily comes from modded RimWorld, where they were a necromancer. I would like to play more modded RimWorld, but the problem is none of my mods actually work. RimWorld of Horror, Bones, kind of works, but the majority of the RimWorld of Horror mods do not. Yep, I don't think these pumpkins are gonna grow. Poor creatures. Meteoric Iron Scythe. My precious. Do. Somebody asked me a question on Discord. I'll answer that later. Where on earth is the channel I'm looking for? Boom, perfect. Alright. So that's all of my goals for this stream. I guess we can make more syrup. Oh, 1 second. Alright. Feed chickens. I gotta find something that my cows will actually eat. They do seem to eat breadcrumbs, so I can probably just make more of those. Chickens, or breadcrumbs, will actually make my chicken feed go further as well. I do also know where more meteoric iron is. I don't need it. I've already gotten everything I want. For now. Actually, let's go and grab 9 more of this. There we go. Boom. Let's go with an even 50. I don't know, I'm going with an even 50. But I might as well. Ideally, I would do it in multiples of 4. So I'd have to go with like 52. You know what, yeah, let's do 52. One more. Thank you. Oh, I was doing in exactly 50, because that's how many liters of water you can have with a full stack of buckets. Yeah. On Discord, my community Discord as well, that profile picture was drawn by a friend, even before Maya Volley had like a canonical color palette. Which is why the colors are a tiny bit off. Actually, no, I'm using that one on YouTube as well. My Twitch emote, which I only have the one technically, was done by a different person. I think that they might have used the old blue. Otherwise, it's weird shading I might have access to my own Twitch emotes. Or emotes. Give me a second. Do I have access to my own? I do. Here we go. I don't know, I wouldn't have access to that, but you never know. So that was done by a completely different person. That was done by Come Tiny on YouTube. Or not YouTube. Tumblr. There is an emote, or a video, a GIF. Yeah, a GIF. Of like a dog having their face shaken around. As far as I can tell, Come Tiny was the first person to do that. And then a lot of people like remixed it. At least the one that I see used all the time is specifically done by Come Tiny. I should just call them Tiny. Come Tiny sounds weird. Like, that is their username, but they just go by Tiny. Doo-doo, come on. I'm gonna make so much bread. There's another food type. Well, yogurt. I've also never made cold pastas. I made some dumplings, but not a lot of them. We've also not made sausages. I'd rather use copper if I'm going to be making meat hooks, though. Iron looks nicer. But it's so much work. It is peaceful work, though. Butchering mod also adds a bunch of new hooks, including a smoker that is better than the primitive survival smoker, but also a lot more work. And for how easy and early you can get the primitive survival smoker, it's OP as hell. But the butchering smoker is actually better, and it's more work. Which is the kind of thing that I actually really like out of this game. It's all chores. All chores, all the time. Boom. What a button am I even pressing? There we go. What the hell? There's my buckets. This is going to be a pain in the ass to make this much bread, but it will be worth it. There we go. That's 6, yeah? There we go, that's 6. Nope, don't set that on fire, please. I keep looking back to where I used to keep the torch. Honestly, since I keep checking there, I should probably just move that to there. That is where it used to be. Give me a second, I gotta fix my YouTube chat. Currently have the emote screen up, and it's taking up most of the screen. There we go. Oh yeah, I might as well show off my emote on Twitch as well. Pull up the chat. Boom. Greer. Tervetuloa. There we go. Wait. I'm so old, send help. Avali are cute, but watch out, because they are very dangerous. Come on, bread. Let's make some bread. Probably play with the harp while we wait. What song are we feeling? It's enough of that. I do wonder how to make other instruments, like the piano. Whoops. Piano is several bones. I might still have enough bones to make that. Do I want a piano? Do I need a piano? I would like a violin, but it looks goofy as hell. Hello, Vicar. Welcome back. Miten mene. Hey, Diesel. You should totally learn Finnish with me. It's a lot of fun. Suomi on niin kaunis kieli. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Look at all this bread. I've got so much fucking bread I'm going to have to make. Would be nice if somebody was here talking me out of stuff like making 50 loaves of bread. It's not going to be a fast thing. Also, if anybody here makes music and wants me to play some of your music in this game, let me know. It just has to be an ABC file. Is it playing music? It's supposed to be. What does one learn Finnish? I'm using something called Mango Languages, or at least I was. I don't need 50 loaves of bread. My chickens and cows do. I call it a farmer's dozen. It's not a baker's dozen. I guess a rancher's dozen would make more sense. It's called a rancher's dozen. It's where you make 50 loaves of bread to feed your cows. No, for some reason my cows will not eat anything except the breadcrumbs. And you know what? I need to make more breadcrumbs for my chickens anyway, so I might as well. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Making 50 loaves of bread. Got my horses in the back. I can't remember most of the lyrics to Old Town Road. I don't know that I ever knew most of the lyrics. I can remember, like, next to no lyrics for Old Town Road. So I took my horse to the Old Town Road. Gonna ride. Until I can't ride no more? Huh. I'm pointing at colors. To be fair, the Finnish word for colors are really cool. Like oranssi. Oranssi is the color orange. Do you know how to say the fruit? The fruit, orange, is appelsini. To be fair, apple is omena, so it's not like the actual relationship is there. But it's a tiny bit confusing. Banana is just banani. I gotta work on my Finnish. Logically, if I never move to Finland, it won't matter whether or not I can speak Finnish, but I would like to move to Finland. Although honestly, just not living in the United States would be pretty cool. Avocado? I'm not entirely sure. That would be a fun one to learn, though. I guess I used to use Duolingo back before it was shit. Like, even before it was shit, it wasn't great. But then they fired, like, all of the humans responsible for making the lessons. And they're like, oh, we'll just have AI do it. The AI does not do a very good job, to say the least. And then, of course, I'm just vehemently opposed to AI as a concept. I'm not saying that AI doesn't have its places, like learning AI. That one's fine. It's the generative shit. Gotta move Finland to me. It would be nice if Denmark would have bought California like it was joking about doing. I am asexual, and there is the joke. It's the asexual invasion of Denmark. And it's like, damn, Denmark could have just come to me. Alas, that was all a joke. How are you doing, Hex? We're just making 50 loaves of bread for my cows. And I guess chickens. My chickens will also benefit from these 50 loaves of bread. Very tired. That's totally fair. Do you own web fishing? I tried to get a bunch of people to play web fishing with me, but only 2 people RSVP'd, and then both of them ghosted me. Fucking... Is there a way to, like, completely disable Google's AI? And if there's not, there should be. Every time I go to Google something, it's like, oh, do you want to turn on AI assistant mode? And I'm like, no. No, I don't. I don't think I've ever wanted to do anything less than that, actually. Boop. Like, I do think that if used correctly, AI could actually be good, but it's not being used correctly pretty much anywhere. Those videos where people, like, have 10,000 generations of weird leggy creatures learn how to walk upstairs, that's hilarious. That's not hurting anybody. But instead, all AI is doing currently is actively stealing art, stealing jobs from voice actors. I don't watch YouTube shorts, but apparently if you do, you can't escape the AI. It's all just slop. Meteoric. I just use Firefox, which comes default with Google. Google used to be a pretty decent search engine, and I feel like if the AI bubble pops, it could be again. We just need the AI bubble to pop. Is DuckDuckGo any good? I've heard good things about DuckDuckGo. I don't do weird shit online anymore, but if I did, internet privacy is important. Is worse for finding things? Well, you would rather a search engine actually be good at searching. Nice, 269. Oh yeah, so on Blue Sky, I've got exactly 200, not 200, I've got exactly 69 followers, which is not very good, but it is a nice number. If you're looking for me on Blue Sky, though, I am not Storyteller WMD. I am Storyteller WMD, but I misspelled it, so it's like STPRY. Spurry. Funny stuff. Swiss cows? I don't know anything about Swiss cows. I do know Polish cows. There's that one Polish song that I guess is about cocaine or whatever. But everybody knows it for the silly dancing cow GIF video, whatever. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I probably sound like a crazy person. I mean, I am a crazy person, but I am talking about something specific. 40 grain satiety. Let's not forget Polish toilet. I don't think I know what Polish toilet is. Share with the class, Diesel. What is this Polish toilet of which you speak? Look at all these breadcrumbs. What is 160 divided by 4? I've not updated expanded foods, but has the nerf already rolled out? Somehow? Of the cow one, you mean? Oh yeah. I mean, if you can do something that becomes really popular online, regardless of what that is, well, it's pretty good. Do. I should see if I can find an ABC file of that song. Starting to think that maybe 50 loaves of bread is too many loaves of bread. Or 52 even. I should go feed my cows. My cows are probably famished, the poor things. Yoink. I'm coming, my babies. I mean, 2 of them are going to have to be murdered in cold blood, but, well, that's livestock for you. Whoop. Here you kids go. And boom. Oh, you still have crumbs. Well, not crumbs, they've got grain. Dota. Bass hunter. 1 second. Or is it base hunter? I own Dota 2, but I've never played it. I don't know how it got in my Steam library. I believe Dota 2 is free, but usually stuff won't add it to your library unless you do it on purpose. Is Dota 2 malware? Possibly. It's not, I don't think. I should probably specify that I'm joking. Before I am sued by Big Dota. Yeah, it's free, but like, free games don't usually add themselves to your library. I've got Dota 2 in my library, and I never played it. I'm not interested in MOBAs, so I don't know how it got there. If I had to guess, it got there because I was gifted the beta back when that was not out yet. But you know what I didn't do is I didn't play the beta either. I have played Team Fortress 2, yes. My go-to strategy that worked way more often than it should is that I would play as spy, but I would disguise myself as the enemy spy. And for some reason, nobody ever expects the spy to just be the other spy. It was way too efficient is what I'm getting at here. No, I played Team Fortress 2 with some friends, but like I'm just not that interested in PvP. I like how Dark Souls handles PvP, because at least in Dark Souls, if you're invaded, you usually don't lose more than like 20 minutes worth of progress. You can spend 4 hours in Sea of Thieves, and then lose everything in like 20 seconds, because some 12-year-old who has infinite amounts of free time just shows up and sinks you. And it's like, yeah, you might be better at Sea of Thieves, but I am employed. Clearly, the 12-year-old in this situation is better off. I do think that I would continue to work, even if I did not need to work to survive. But how cool would it be if I could afford, like, rent and food at the same time? Alright, that could be how I ended up with Dota 2. Come on. I wish I could climb inside the cauldron. Oh, I can't open the cauldron. I'd have to set it down over here. Boom. Like, if I just climb in here... There we go. If I was shorter, I could probably clip into it. Get a smaller avali. Make some soup. Come on. I'm almost done with this insane bread thing I decided to do for some reason. What time is it? Palion Kokelo on. 6:20. In the AM. Alright, I might just spend the next 30 minutes or however long making more iron ingots. I don't know. Humans tend not to be able to process eating other humans. Like, it fucks them up. I would imagine it would be something similar to that. Especially since Avali are pack animals. They're like, they've got tribes and then they've got their pack. which is like 5 to 6 birds. It's also my excuse for not being good at building or mining. It's just not my thing. I can keep a pack fed, but I can't do things. Do. Krishna, something. And Polish seems like an interesting language. I would not want to visit Poland, though. I'm multiple flavors of queer, and Poland is getting more and more right-wing. Boo-ba-doo-boo. Perfect. Such a messed up language. I mean, like, messed up can be fun, though. I've got a bunch of calcined flint, and I got a bunch of clay. Boberlol. How do I make a beehive kiln? Refractory bricks. Iron edge doors. The kiln has 3 required types of block. Fire clay brick versions of blocks, gratings, iron door can be used, but it will degrade faster. Alright, so if I'm willing to make a less efficient beehive kiln, I can just use fire clay. It might be worth making just a bunch of black ceramics. Of course, there's a bunch of other stuff that I should be doing instead. A lot of what I want to do is definitely form over function. Like, I don't even have a proper kitchen yet. I'm technically in my cellar. Although even once I do have a proper kitchen, that kitchen is going to technically be a cellar. It's just more efficient that way. Aren't all just usernames? I haven't played Cyberpunk in quite a while. If I can hit 1 million subscribers before 2077, I will play Cyberpunk 2077 in 2077. Even though by then I will be 82 years old. I'm over here doing the math. I'm like, what? 77 plus 5? Heck yeah, look at all these breadcrumbs. I think I picked up firewood. Yes, I picked up firewood. Oh shoot, I've got pie still in here. Something's left, fresh for 22 days. And throw that in there. What time is it? It's 3 in the morning. What's Rift's activity? It's low, which means that it is still dangerous out there. Confident I've got everything I need to do what I want to do right here. Oh shit, I put my tongs back outside. That's fine. I've never been attacked just trying to go outside. Yoink. Look at that. Unpunished. Let's go make some more iron ingots. I need them for a bunch of stuff. I've already forgotten the main thing I wanted to make out of iron. Let's make butchering hooks. Actually, that's what I want to make. I'm also going to have to make iron plates, but that sounds tedious as hell. Advanced skinning rack, butchering table. 1, 2, 3. Going to need 5. Well, no, because that's a 4 right there. I'm going to need 7 iron ingots just to make the butchering table. And then, of course, I need to make the skinning hooks. Hello, Adam. Jestem. We will add Polish to the list of languages folks who watch me speak. So we've got Polish, German, Swedish. I speak enough Finnish that I'm going to count that. If I could get junk to watch me, we'll add French. Yoink. Yep. You know what I don't have is a... Actually, you know what? I forgot where that sentence was going. Ignore me. I guess what I don't have is a brain. Although this comes as a surprise to nobody. What the hell was I going to say? No idea. How are you doing, Adam? Or Adam? It's probably Adam. Maybe, I don't know. YouTube is on such a delay, I'm not entirely sure what you need me to repeat. Unfortunately. But welcome to the stream. Oh good, there's some rustbound enemies, or rustbound magic enemies out there. I started a sentence, and then I completely lost where it was going. So if that is where the confusion started, it's not simply because you didn't understand what I was saying. It's because I lost it completely. I had a sentence in my brain, and then I guess it fell out my ear. Nope, slag right there. Boom. Gotta get this going. How much iron do I need for the hooks? Iron hook. An advanced skinning hook requires 2, as well as some nails and strips, also made of iron apparently. Nope, y'all are just eating my thoughts. I cannot imagine they taste very good. They're probably half-baked. Oh damn, it's a pretty decent pie. Can I store these on the ground? I can. It's not very efficient. What's my armor looking like? Pretty good shape, actually. Considering how much damage I've been taking lately from random combat. Do you play Vintage Story, Adam? It is a good game. I cannot recommend it enough. And that is if you don't. If you do play it, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Look at how much work goes into just making iron ingots. In mince raft or whatever it's called, you just throw some iron and coal into a furnace and boom. No real effort applied. Can actually even use wood. I don't know anything about fire, but I do not think that wood burns hot enough to melt iron. Ah, well, I appreciate you stopping by, even if it is just to say hello. I do have a lot of people who claim to be long-time lurkers. Unfortunately, both YouTube and Twitch are currently going through this weird phase, where lurkers for some reason do not count. I think they count more on YouTube. But on Twitch, for sure, it'll say it's like, oh, I've got 1 viewer. And then I'll bring up, I've only got 1 viewer, and then like 3 people will just show up. It's like, oh no, we're here. We just don't count for some reason. So I got that check-in. Can be motivated to partially melt iron. Well, that's probably what the bloomery is doing. These weird things I've got out here. Oh, what they do is they use airflow to allow the charcoal to burn hotter than it would normally. Right, Vicar, my only mod, is just a fake viewer. Occasionally shows up when I'm like, hey Vicar, kill that guy. Like if a bot shows up, I can sick Vicar on them. Now, it would be nice to grow a larger audience, but having an audience at all in this economy is still really impressive. So I might be a tiny-ass channel, but I do appreciate every single one of you. Blast furnace is when? You can actually already make coal coke. So eventually, surely we're going to be able to make more impressive things. I'm not 100% sure what coal coke is for. I think you need it to make steel. That doesn't sound right, unless it is. I'll burn that bridge when I get to it. Nope, one more. Should I make a meteoric iron hammer? Just making all the meteoric iron stuff. Chromium smelting? Yeah, maybe smelt some chromium into a better search engine. Chrome. Person I used to play with, Thanatos, made a mod that lets you actually use titanium. Which I believe required small amounts of chromium. Boom! I can't be 100% sure what chromium is actually for. Nope, not a bucket handle. Oh well, I guess I want to move lava eventually. People are just going to show up. It's like, oh, so here's my iron bucket handle. I made it by accident. Boom. Like, don't get me wrong. Being able to move lava, if I ever find it, will be handy. But I don't know where lava is, so this is just going to take up space in my inventory. Okay, so it is used in steel alloy. I don't know if there are any steel alloys. Alright. I don't know, I'm going to keep this. And there you go. Would be funny if you put like a molten hot metal. Hello, Get Gamer. Oh, okay, you're a bot. Oh well, I was hoping that I'd made a new friend. What's up with all the bots? It's like you talk about the bots and then suddenly they show up. If they counted as views, that would be one thing. Puppy dog, what are you doing over here? Oh, there's a drone floating around. Thank you, Vicar, for murdering the bot. A lot of people on the Vintage Story Discord server really want, like, jewelry making to become a thing. Because you can find jewelry in ruins, and you can buy jewelry from certain traders. But it would be cool if you could, like, make it. And then it would be more worth it to make, like, purely decorative alloys. Puppy dog, what the fuck? There we go. Just a funky little dude. Do. Stainless steel would be a lot of fun to make. Add like surgery. I'm going to need stainless steel for like needles and shit. Yep. Anybody here play Project Zomboid? Project Zomboid is a fun game. I'm not very good at it. But I wonder if I shouldn't stream Project Zomboid. Nobody's going to crucify me for the crime of being bad at a game that I like. If they were going to do that, they would have done it with Bloodborne. Most are pretty supportive of how much I like Bloodborne, but how bad I am at it. I should finish Bloodborne. It's such a good game. And I'm like more than half done with the DLC. That's fair. Zomboid's not going to be for everybody. The Anthro Survivors mod does have a mod for it that adds a volley, but they look really bad. If I was going to use that, I have to, like, customize it somehow. Boom, boom. Am I going to need a second ingot for this? It looks like I might. I can't remember if I successfully made this last time. There are ways to pull out even the little, like, lodged bits. Bada-boo. Does not look like I'm going to need a second ingot. Might have to reheat this one if it takes me too long, though. Iron cools pretty quickly. Putting you over. Let's go ahead and bring 2 out this way. Right. 2 out this way. Boom-ba-doo. I've not played Subnautica. It looks interesting. And while I've not sailed in a while in Vintage Story, my world is 70% ocean, which is a lot of ocean. I definitely prefer, like, sail ships to submarines. But Subnautica does look like a lot of fun. Hell yeah, got a bunch of iron hooks. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Come on, get in there. Fucking stop picking him back up. Sometimes you have to try really hard to pick something up. Sometimes it just, like, suctions itself back into your inventory when you don't want it to. It's like some kind of weird, warped Murphy's Law. Give me a second. Alright, hopefully I'm muted for that cough. It's pretty loud. Yeah. I'm really bad at base building, but I actually do like base building. Like, if you ignore how bad my house looks. Honestly, my base would probably look better in Vintage Story if I wasn't so distracted by farming and cooking. My plan is to eventually have a server hosted, where I'm going to have other people do all the building for me. And then I can just focus on feeding everyone, which is what I want to be doing. Like, if you look at the sheer amount of food that I've been making, like, I'm clearly playing as if I'm feeding an army. Oh yeah, Command and Conquer was a game that I actually played a lot when I was younger and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know, another game that I played a lot of is, what is it? Warcraft 3. I had a map builder, and I played the hell out of that. Not the campaign, I just liked building the maps. It's like, can 10 orcs defeat 100 sheep? Usually. Yeah, usually they can. Ba-da-ba-bo. A lot of people my age have a shared experience where, like, we were forced to play World of Warcraft by a parent. Which sounds like the most wild thing. But every time I bring it up, more and more people are like, oh yeah, my parents also made me play that with them. I had a night elf hunter named Clintock. I preferred undead, but my father, who was the one making me play it with him, preferred alliance to horde. Come on, pull it up. Eve. Eve seems interesting. That's the... Fuck. That's not that hard of a fix. What am I doing now? That's like the spaceship one, right? Where it's like super realistic and it's got like an actual economy and all that. Eve seems interesting. I do not think that I've got the time or the attention span for that. I kind of want to play Star Sector. Just do some space crime. I would need an Avali mod for Star Sector, which would really just change the captain's appearance. Put that back, holy shit. Whoop. I'm always picking shit up. Picking shit up, putting it down. Ion cannon ready. We must construct additional pylons. That is not Eve. Produce honeycomb in 1 day. I'm actually not entirely sure I will be able to grow apples and pears in this area. Nope, I am just chicken-sized. Well, actually, I'm larger than a chicken. But I can crawl into 1-block gaps. Zog zog. Wow. You know what's interesting? Is that there's like a really large amount of adorable Zergling art. How are you doing, Sensational? Are you doing sensational? Har 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 har. My apologies. I'm a little bit tired and a lot bit stupid. Yoink, it's probably hot enough. Fingers crossed. Would have heated up more if I wasn't dumb and pulled it off of the coals. If I had more coal, I would rage bait by using 4 coal to heat up a single bloom. Alas, I do not have the resources to be dumb on purpose. Shit. Accidentally broke a voxel. I did not mean to. Watch me be 1 short now. Yeah, I do find this rather, like, calming. It's extremely zen. I would rather use auto hammers, but I am really dumb and have not set up wind power yet. I'm not looking forward to making iron plates, which I also have to do sooner than later. Good, good. I'm not 1 voxel short. Because I did break a voxel that I did not mean to. There we go. So I've got these iron hooks, which I need 2 of, I believe. Would you just cycle through to the actual recipe? Oh wait, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Har har. Yeah, so I need 2 of these, and then I need 2 strips of nails, which means that I can make 2 hooks once I make some strips and nails, which I will do with the next ingot. Yeah, I'm making some butchering table and hooks. They are modded. Other than alloys. I will have the Helve Hammer eventually as well. What I need is a pulverizer. Because I've actually got all the stuff that I need to make tier 2 refractory bricks. Minus the pulverizer. I've even got a tamed shiver. I don't mind him though, he's a little bit stupid. Come on, Iron Bloom. Isn't Iron Bloom one of the My Little Pony characters? I am joking. Or am I? I don't think I've ever used a health hammer in that way. It sounds really convenient. Whoops. When I do finally get some wind power, I'm not going to use it smartly. Nothing I do is intelligent. But yeah, having an auto hammer set up before I go to make, like, iron scale mail or whatever would be really handy. Am I going to make scale mail? Probably not. If I'm going to go raid the Resonant Archives, I will make actual armor. One of these days, I do actually have to do the Resonant Archives on stream. I keep saying I'm going to, and then I don't. Not because I don't plan to, or don't even want to. I'm not very good at managing my time well. Alright, 2 more. So time that I could spend raiding the Resonant Archives. I spent doing silly stuff, like making apple pie. Well, it's not even so much procrastination. I've got horrible ADHD that I cannot afford to medicate. So I just do a lot of weird shit. Nails and strips. As soon as these are done, I'm going to show off the muffins that I made. Quality muffins. I've not updated expanded foods. So if you have, you would not actually be able to make muffins this good. I'm not saying that the nerfs aren't reasonable. But expanded foods is being nerfed. Just gonna bring these over. Soup that instantly kills you. I mean, you could do that. Just make some deathcap mushroom, dumplings. If you make the deathcap into dumplings first, it won't even tell you that there's deathcap in it. It will, however, be super obvious that it's got like minus 28 health. Where are my muffins? Here we go. So check that out. So it's got 210 grain satiety by default. And then it's got 290 fruit, 285 vegetable, 730 protein, another 190 grain, and then 15 dairy since it was made with milk. True. Although if you look at how I'm constantly starving to death in the game, and the only other person that I ever played with that also had ADHD was constantly forgetting to eat as well, there is a good chance we would eat it without checking, but there's also just as good a chance that we'll forget we even have it. And then the soup that instantly kills you would turn into rot that can be eaten completely safely. Oh shit, I need to grab some breadcrumbs if I'm going to be feeding my pets. Alright, so now I just need 7 more iron ingots, and then I can make a table, probably. Advanced butchering table. Yes. Breadcrumbs, where are we at? Dewey, screaming by the stairs. Dewey. Screaming about something. Guess that I would scream too. If I knew that a god could hear me. So check out how pretty these birds are. Okay, never mind. All 3 of them are in here. I'm like, did one of the chicks get out somehow? I don't know how it would have done that. But it looked at first like that had happened. Alright. Let's go and break these. I need more blooms anyway. What I need is a lot more fire clay bricks. Gotta go soon. Let's see here. It is 6:52. So if I was going to stop at my normal time, I would stop in 8 minutes. Tonight there isn't a trailer at work, which means that I'll probably get off early. Whether that means I'll start early remains to be seen. It also relies on my housemate going to bed early as well, because I cannot stream if he's awake. My bedroom is pretty much just like a small office in size, so my computer desk is in the dining room. So streaming while he's awake trying to do normal stuff would be a bit rude. Oh damn, I've already got 5 ingots there. Really only have to make 2 more. And then I can make the butchering table. I don't have a room to set up the butchering stuff yet. Let's see here. I wish there was like a measuring tape or something. Like, a measuring tape doesn't sound like the most realistic thing. But I really need to measure out this space, and I do not want to do it with dirt blocks. I guess I could just count, like with my eyes, but that sounds like the kind of thing I would fuck up pretty readily. Come on, Iron Bloom. Do. What is it? Probably helps if I don't have caps lock on. There we go. My bird. You remind me of the bird. What bird? The bird with the power. What power? Power of voodoo. Hoodoo. Has anybody here seen Labyrinth with David Bowie? That's a lot of slag. There's a good chance this ingot might be null. I like to be wrong. This ingot should be fine. A lot of slag, though. I'm just gonna have to be extra careful to not break parts of the ingot I do not mean to. There is a mod that lets you hold on to parts of the ingot that you shave off. Don't know what it's called. But somebody showed off that they made like 16 ingots with only 10 blooms, which is pretty impressive. It's also a tiny bit OP, but I don't care. As long as it's fun to do. I don't have that mod, so perhaps I'm not the best judge of its character. There's also a bunch of stuff that I could be doing with all these classes, as well as long-term foods, that I'm simply choosing not to do, because I don't feel like it's balanced. Like, here, check it out. If I come into here and type in parchment, can make 6 parchment with some reeds. Actually, no. 2 cattail makes 4 parchment, which seems excessive. Like, I don't care if something's unbalanced, as long as it's fun, but that's just a bit too unbalanced. Especially considering making parchment is one of a few things I've got to do with my shifting fibers. Screaming by the stairs. Really gotta find out. Like, learn the lyrics to that song. It's not a real song, it's like a TikTok. But it's fun. It's just a cat that screams. Alright, have a good one, Adam. I do stream daily. If you want to drop a subscribe. Like and subscribe. Probably already gone. But that's what I get for walking around, looking at shit. My attention span is non-existent. I zoned out 28 years ago and just have not zoned back in. Dang it, sticky keys is disabled. I wonder if anybody's ever, like, enabled sticky keys on purpose. I think it's like an accessibility feature. But anybody who's ever done, like, ever accidentally enabled sticky keys did it while playing games. Boop. Although I'm not entirely sure the practical use of sticky keys. If it just holds shift for you, why not use caps lock? Although I guess there are, like, keyboard shortcuts that also use shift. Look at all my iron. I knew that was coming. I was about to say my hammer's about to break. But before I could say it, my hammer broke. Fuck. What am I doing? That's not what I want to do. It's not hard to fix what I did. But it is not ideal. It adds a delay for people with shaky hands. Oh, well, that's not a bad feature. I do think that playing like a horror game where you gotta, like, use shift to run, but there's a delay, would be a fun challenge. Why did I put that there? Now I'm going to have to heat it up again before I can make a tool. Boom boom. I need a knife, a cleaver, and I forgot what else. Advanced butchering table. Shears, alright. I do have work tonight. I'm probably going to play until I have made the advanced butchering table. But we're not going to be able to start butchering until at least next stream. But I've still got a bunch of stuff to make muffins. So I'll probably make muffins with blood. I've already got 2 cows, ripe for the slaughter. Do-do-do-do-do. Corn muffins. You actually can't use corn flour in any of the expanded foods stuff yet. The plan is for expanded foods and long-term foods to be fully compatible eventually. Like, I know what you, I get what you're joking at. I'm just being weird. Oh, knife blade. Is it a knife or a cleaver? Advanced butchering table. Good, it is a knife. And also a cleaver. We will eventually be able to make corn muffins. Fuck. I mean, that's not hard to fix, but fuck. No, I'm excited for expanded foods and long-term foods to be more compatible. Because long-term foods adds mushroom flour. And a volley, if you look at a volley agriculture, primarily eat funguses. Like, they do make mushroom flour. It's one of them things they do. Oh shit. Actually, just shoring those off. That's what I was trying to do. Well, it's a good thing I caught it after only 2. It's not going to screw me over, but if I was genuinely paying that little attention, it easily could have. Do-do-do. Wait, no, that's correct. Hello, Adal. Yeah. I mean, smithing is a pretty time-consuming process. I did make a bunch of meteoric iron stuff, though, so that's cool. I've got a meteoric iron scythe, rolling pin, cleaver, and knife. In the meadow we will build a snowman. Something about Parson Brown. Can a volley grow beards? I would imagine not. But an Avali wild magic sorcerer could get a wild magic surge. And one of the effects of wild magic surges can be that they grow a beard of feathers. So in that example, yes, an Avali could grow a beard. Wild magic sorcerers unfortunately don't make the best necromancers. Divine soul sorcerers, though, make fantastic necromancers. And since my Avali is technically the god of the dead, even though my Avali is usually a nerfed version of the god of the dead, nerfed by themselves, well, then they would probably be a divine soul sorcerer. Boom. Alright. Now I just need to make a cleaver and then a bunch of plates. Let's go and throw those in there. In the middle. Why is that song stuck in my head? This isn't a knife. Well, now it needs a handle. Very handy for cutting tree leaves. Alright, let's go ahead and put these up here. Boom. What is that loud sound? It's not trash collection day. Boom. Put that back. There we go. I am not looking forward to making 2 plates. That's not the hardest thing ever. It's a lot of work, though. Oh, Rift activity is calm again. After I make this cleaver, I should go feed my cows. Dwarf Valley. My network of tunnels underground is not that vast yet. But I do tend to just kind of keep expanding my cellar instead of building above ground buildings. It's a lot easier to dig out a room than it is to build one. All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, pop goes the weasel. If you go out in the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. If you go out into the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today is the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Hell yeah. Look at all this iron. Rotate. Just keep climbing. What can you do? You climb. Must finish the thing I'm doing so I can go to bed. I'm sure I hide it well, but I'm actually really tired at the moment. But I can't just not finish the butchering table. I said I would. Can I put this on here even though it's scalding? Yes. And it stays scalding though, so let's go ahead and throw it in the water as well. Excellent. Yoink. Yep, I'm stuck on something. Just some of the various shit I've got on the ground. Oh wait, Adal, you weren't here when I made them. Unless you were. Did you see these muffins? Look how fucking good these muffins are. I'm not going to do the math, but that looks like it's more than 1,500 satiety. By a decent bit. So those muffins will more than fill you from starving. It is a tiny bit unnecessary. Ayo, muffins! Nah, so I'm making skinning hooks and a butchering table right now. In the next stream, I'll probably dig out a space for butchering. Or just make a temporary butchering shack outside. I should avoid expanding my cellar until I know what I'm trying to do with it. Because if I need to redo the space underground, it's going to be a lot harder to do. I'll have to quarry out some smooth stone. Which isn't hard. Oh, but it is yet another distraction. I've got enough stuff vying for my attention. But yeah, check it out. I've got a meteoric iron knife, meteoric iron cleaver, meteoric iron scythe, and I made a rolling pin, but I for some reason cannot store it anywhere. Probably a bug. Well, like, that muffin, actually, would probably not taste that bad. Like, if you pureed the pumpkin, you probably wouldn't even taste it. And then it's just got candied blueberries. It is covered in peanut butter, which I don't know how peanut butter and pumpkin would taste together. I can't imagine it would be bad. Plates. Snape. Snape. Severus Snape. Where the fuck are the iron plates? There it is. Ignore me, I'm just blind. I'm gonna use heavy hit. Alright. It's not very good for my anvil. Oh no, my anvil's fine. It's not very good for my hammer. Oh yeah, pumpkin muffins are good. I just don't know how pumpkin tastes with candied blueberry. But like I said, I can't imagine it's bad. Alright, I should stop. That's just moving stuff around, damaging my hammer. I might make a meteoric iron hammer. Although if I do actually get around to making steel, I think it would be fitting if the first thing I make with steel is a hammer. Or maybe an anvil. There is no reason to make a steel anvil. It would be cool if I could make like a hazelnut pumpkin muffin. And the hazelnuts are part of the Wildcraft Fruit and Nuts mod. It's hard to go wrong with hazelnuts. Although you know what are really fucking good are macadamia nuts. I'm actually a fan of macadamians. Although with the exception of walnuts, which I'm mildly allergic to, well, it's kind of hard to go wrong with nuts. Bring this up. Couldn't bring these down. Just two of them. Macadamia. I'm a fan of dark macadamia. I do wish the American education system wasn't absolute shit. I really do like learning stuff. And like as a setting, university is really cool to just kind of hang out. It's sad that like 200 years ago, people could just be like lifetime students and can't do that anymore. Well, yeah, the problem with walnuts is that people keep ruining stuff that would be amazing if I just could eat them. Like, I fucking love carrot cake, but carrot cake usually has walnuts in it if it's store-bought, so I can't eat that shit. Banana bread is the same way. Banana bread is fucking delicious, but because it almost certainly has walnuts in it, I can't have it. Stop ruining banana bread with walnuts. You know what sounds good is like a chocolate banana bread with pistachios. It would be a very savory banana bread, but it's hard to go wrong with savory banana bread. I'd also take a chocolate zucchini bread with pistachios. I just want chocolate and pistachios. It does bother me that pistachio sounds like a milk mustache, but instead of milk, it's just those people that drink urine. Oh, well, look at that. I just lost 20 subscribers. We're almost done. Obviously, I didn't have to finish this before I went to bed, but I said I was going to. The poet is only as good as their word. Chocolate hazelnut banana bread. Sounds like it could be really darn good. I mean, like, crucify me if you must. I do think that Nutella is a tiny bit overrated. Like, it's delicious, but it's not the second or third coming of Christ or whatever. Yeah. It's like, I reached 2,000 subscribers, but 800 of my new subscribers are piss fetishists? Ask me anything. Like, I like Nutella, but I think people like Nutella a tiny bit too much. Like, don't get me wrong, it is good. But I think everybody else has got to be eating something else, because it's not that good. Have you ever had cookie butter? Usually Biscoff brand. In small amounts, because I don't have the highest tolerance for sweets. Or at least not as much as when I was younger. But cookie butter is delicious. But more getting the idea that I might be a cockroach. Well, to be fair, my only allergies are walnut, which are gross anyway, and then nickel, which you don't eat. I mean, I'm not going to stop you if you want to eat nickel. Nickel is another one of those things where, like, growing up, it was weird being allergic to metal. But then, you're an adult and it's like, oh, nickel allergies are extremely common. Nickel is just like a shitty metal. Alright. Oh, I can't put it there. But I can put it there. Curious. I can't touch those. Let's go ahead and grab this bag. Not that. I don't know how practical it would be, but a spell that summons, tongs would be very funny. My mother is also allergic to nickel. There is a good chance that's where I got it from. I don't know how. If you ever see a picture of my family, no you didn't. But like, we're clearly all blood related. I am somehow the only one of us, out of a family of 6, that is not lactose intolerant. It's not folk. I don't actually remember how many boards I need. Let's just grab all of them. There's no way I need more than 38. Could need more than 38. Alright, so. Boards. Boards. You here. I don't know if the order matters, but I believe the order looks like this. Boom! Iron table. Oh yeah, it's gotta go in my inventory slot. Set you down. Alright. Thing of beauty. Not enough space. There we go. Advanced butchering table. 120% drops when creature butchered. Yeah, I got a butchering table now. I'm gonna make some hooks and then call the stream here because I'm getting hungry, getting tired. I probably need more boards for the hooks. Maybe. Do not quote me on that. Do I need resin for the hooks? Fuck you. Skinning hook. I do. I need a resin. And then I need sticks. I don't need both hooks at the same time. But I might have 2 resin if I look around hard enough. Single resin. Which if this is all I have, that's fine. That's all I got. Oh well. Gotta find my sticks. My poor pumpkins. I got enough sticks. Alright. Boards. There. Oh, hooks there. You here, and then my single resin. Alright. Advanced hook, get. What the hell? What are you doing down there, buddy? Oh, it's one of the poor guys that, has broken legs. Oh, and there's a rat snake in here. I want a pet rat snake. Anyway, I've now got a hook and a butchering table. I'm gonna put it there. Kinda want to use it now. But if I do it now, I'm gonna have to, really quickly, next stream, actually do something with it. Smack you there. New version of cat dog? No, it's just a snake that eats rats. Alright, what are you? Haha, jerk. Yep, I think you're the one I want to kill. Let me double check. Generation 2. Generation 1. Yep. This is the one that's gotta die, unfortunately. I should harvest those. Or something. Okay. Fuck, there's nowhere down here for me to do this. Because of who I am as a person. There we go. I didn't think this through very well. Nope. I want to break the cage carefully. Oh, whoops. I am planning on killing it, so attacking it now is not the end of the world. Poor creature. Smack you there. Do I have a proper weapon? The answer is no. It's like, is Satu prepared for the thing that they're actively trying to do? The answer will surprise you, unless you're paying attention. The answer is no. Alright. The most humane way to kill a cow. A shovel. Come here, buddy. Come on. I need you to come closer. Aggro. Aggro. There we go. Can I just hit it? Hit the cow. This is humane, don't worry about it. Alright, cow dead. Put that down. Wee. Do 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 do. Put it up here. That is a cow, trust me. That is not a model for the cows with the butchering table. Put these down. I do have a lot of gems. If I could find somebody that buys those, that would be sweet. Oh no, I can't use the butchering for this, cleaver for this. I use the knife for this, I use the cleaver for the next part. Boom. Alright, now I'm collecting the blood. I got a single lump of fat, and then a large hide, which is fresh for 5 days. Put that away. See if I can't find my salt. Got a bunch of damp salt crystals. Don't have salt. At least not pre-made. Just gonna put the hide in here. Excuse me. It'll be fresh for 19 days. I'll have salt. I have heard of Factorio. If I played Factorio, though, I would make spaghetti factories. And then people would surely want to murder me. Gotta love those spaghetti factories. I do not have what the kids would call a functioning brain. Put this over here. Grab my axe. Yoink. Alright. Gotta be somewhere I can put these. There we go. I've got all this stuff to make another hook. Can't yet. Needs to be hanging for another 1.10 hours. Well, actually, there's only 60 minutes in an hour. So not 1.10, ignore me. I must have accidentally grabbed a cow that wasn't very well fed. Which reminds me, while we wait, let's go feed the other cows. Puppy power. Y'all remember Scrappy Doo? Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. But with me doing what I am doing, that does mean that next stream is just going to be another cooking stream. But when am I ever not cooking? Creature weight good, creature weight good. Creature weight good. Oh shit, almost jumped directly into those. Would not be the first time. There is that funny video of Scrappy Doo dressed as a lobster for some reason. Oh no, there is a video of it since it's from a cartoon. But that's just a still image. Let's go and eat a muffin. I'm going to get something from this called offal, which next stream we're going to have to figure out what to do with. I can make blood sausage. But can I make a blood pudding? I don't think so. Oh, the blood pudding really is more like a sausage anyway. Come on. Almost. Oh, it's just the drifter that's stuck in the hole. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's dry. And I got a bucket of blood. I've got a bucket of blood. Holy shit. Am I having a stroke? Smack you there. Boom. I got 3 bloody awful, 3 prime meat, 15 red meat. I think those 6 bones came from this, which is weird because also got this medium carcass. I don't have the storage space for this. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I mean, obviously me. Can I put these on the ground? I cannot. Put my sticks on the ground. I suppose I can put this back on the ground as well. Or not ground, storage. Yes. Oh, well, there's iron and blood. And could collect enough blood to make an iron bucket. Oh, I do have more blueberry syrup than I thought I did. I don't know why the fuck that's in there, but... Fresh for 2 days. It's fresh for 7 days. It's an ingredient for clean offal, which is just water and bloody offal in a bucket. Clean offal can be used to make black pudding or blood sausage. I'm probably going to make sausage. Black pudding requires fat. Although this does also require my blood. Like, not my blood. It requires blood. And I'm weirdly possessive of it. It's my blood. And 400 satiety. Can also prepare it. Which is honey and horsetail. Neither of those are very expensive. Which can be cured. And then that can be made into a pie. Alright. Butchering adds a lot of complexity, but it also adds a lot of good stuff, which is exactly what I'm looking for in a mod. I mean, there's not a whole lot of iron in blood. It would require a lot of blood to make an iron bucket. But you could also be iron deficient, so that's worth looking out for. I wish I could put these on the ground. More ground storage is better ground storage. Alright, I would say though that this stream, while weirdly chaotic, was extremely successful. Oh shoot, I should probably collect my blood. Yoink. Blood doesn't stay fresh for very long. And boom, there we go. Stays fresh for 70 days. The blood's not the best thing, but it can be used. Oh, what are these for? Strong bone. Oh, for bone arrowheads. That is added by the mod. Interesting. I somehow haven't noticed that before. Oh, I got some strong bones from that just now as well. I should put the eggs away. Trying to make sure I don't have anything perishable in my pockets, because I will forget to deal with that at the start of next stream. Alright, that does look like everything. Right. Unfortunately, I do gotta call this here. We made a lot of progress towards chaos. And I guess just progress in general. So, oh shit, I've still got my tongs. If you've been hanging out, whether you're chatting or just lurking, I want you to know that you're appreciated. If you're watching this at some point in the future as a VOD and have somehow watched the entire thing, then you have the patience of a saint and are equally appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell. Have fun in the volcano. Vikar. Is Factorio multiplayer? We should do multiplayer Factorio, let's go. I do gotta end the stream.